Alright, take 3. Sorry, my other 2 takes I had to delete off due to all the glitchiness. There we go. Itch. Hey guys, I'm Treven. I just want to say that I'm sorry I didn't make a video Monday. Excuse me. I had Monday off of work, but and I worked Wednesday instead, but Tuesday and Wednesday yesterday, and tomorrow instead of the usual Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And I was gonna live stream Monday, but I had a, but I ended up taking a break. Hang on. Allergy season. My as you saw my last two community posts here on YouTube, the not the one I posted yesterday about COVID starting around this time 6 years ago, but the other 2 posts I posted before that, my Aunt Debbie passed away 4 days ago. She was only 67 years old. My cousin Scott Twitchell wrote this on Facebook. Ago, he said, with heavy hearts, our family shares uh, that our mother, my aunt, on my mom's side, Debbie Twitchell, passed away peacefully on March 8th, 2026, just 4 days ago. Just 1 week before her 68th birthday. Deborah was born March 15th, 1958, and has spent much of her life here in Utah. From a young age, she loved music. I also loved music at a young age, from a young age too, ever since I was born. And Deborah played the clarinet throughout her junior high and high school symphonic band. High school, junior high, and high school, and symphonic band, marching band, and orchestra. Part of her life and is part of my life, and even helped her strengthen her breathing as she dealt with respiratory challenges. After graduating from Provo High School in 1976, 50 years ago, she attended Utah Technical College, now Utah Valley University, and earned a certificate in early childhood education. She worked as a teacher's aide in the Provo School District, helping teachers prepare lessons and supporting young students in the classroom. Deborah later served on LDS mission in the church in Nashville, Tennessee, where the Grand Ole Opry is for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. From 1985 to from 1983 to 1985. After returning home, she spent more than 2 decades working at the Utah State Developmental Center, where she cared for individuals with developmental disabilities like me, with patience and compassion. Alongside, I'm an individual with developmental disabilities as well. I am also Deborah Twitchell's nephew. On July 11th, 1992, Deborah and Kevin, my mom's brother-in-law, on her side, not my mom's brother-in-law, not my mom's brother-in-law on dad's my dad's side, were sealed in the temple for time and all eternity. You see, I have two Uncle Kevins. One on my mom's side spelled Keven, and one on my mom's side. I also have a coworker named Kevin. Both is spelled Kevin. Together they built a life centered on faith, family, and service. Faith is more important than money. Family is more important than money. They shared 35 years of marriage and were truly inseparable partners. The 36 and it'll be 36 in November. Deborah was the most dedicated mother her children could have asked for. She attended every sports game, supported us in our interests, and was always there when we needed her. Our friends and family were never just visitors in our home. She welcomed them and adopted them as part of the family. Deborah had a deep love for children, and together with Kevin, Keven, spent many years participating in foster care, opening their home to young people who needed stability, care, and support. One of Deborah's greatest joys was camping and spending time outdoors. She had loved the mountains and often said the fresh air helped her breathe better. Over the years, our family has shared many camping trips and adventures together, including trips to Yellowstone. I've not been to Yellowstone in almost 20 years. Moon Lake and American Fork Canyon. We also took memorial family vacations to Disneyland, the California coast, Yosemite, and there's a Looney Tunes character named no, Yosemite, and there's a Looney Tunes character named Yosemite Sam, and the redwood forests. Her final camping trip was in August of 2024 when we camped together in American Fork Canyon with family. Last time I saw her was at the Christmas party, like 3 months ago. My cousin Scott took the pictures. I posted onto YouTube and a community post 3 months ago. And this was his post. My mom shared it on Facebook. My cousin Scott's post on Facebook. Deborah also enjoyed needlepoint and quilting. and she loved spending time creating and appreciating handmade quilts. And just 6 months ago, in September 2025, and 6 months ago was also, and 6 months ago, in, September 2025 was also when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Deborah learned that she was experiencing kidney failure related to complications from long-term diabetes. Yeah, she was diabetic. And then her kidneys were failing from related, and it was in relation to the diabetes. The diabetes was a type 2, and was a type 2. Ow. Pulled a muscle right there a little bit. She faced the news with courage, and Debbie faced the news with courage, and continued to spend a more meaningful time with her family. However, 2 months ago, just 16 days ago, on February 24th, 2026, I bought these two Tabernacle Choir CDs at Deseret Book. And Debbie and her husband, my Uncle Kevin, Keven, also on February 24th, my Aunt Debbie, she and her husband Kevin, Keven, met with her kidney specialist, and Debbie's kidney specialist, and she learned that her kidneys were functioning at only 11%. That's not good. And our family began preparing for the difficult days ahead. Our mother and aunt lived a life of service, compassion, and love for family. She deeply cared for others and opened her home and heart to many people throughout her life. She will be deeply missed by her husband Kevin, my Uncle Kevin, Keven, her children and grandchildren, and nieces and nephews, including me, and all who knew her, including me as well. We love you, Mom, and Aunt Debbie, and Aunt, and also may I add, great aunt. Thank you for the life you gave our family, and the love you shared with so many, so many people. Funeral services for Deborah Twitchell are next Friday and Saturday. The, the viewing is on Friday, March 26th, 2026, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mortuary on 49 East, 100 North. American Fork, Utah, 84003. Funeral services. The funeral service. Also Chester Bennington from Gray Days, Dead by Sunrise, and original Lincoln Park. Would have been turning 50 that day too. Funeral services. The funeral service will be Saturday, March 21st, 2026. Saturday, March 21st, 2026. At the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints building on 455 East, 300 North, in American Fork, Utah, 84003. Close family from 9:20 to 9:45 a.m. Open casket viewing from 9:45 a.m. to 9:20 a.m. To 9:45 a.m. Close family. 9:45 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Open casket viewing. 10:45 a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. sharp. Family prayer. And then 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. with the funeral services. Graveside service being from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. And it's also almost 12 p.m. now. And had the American Fork Cemetery on 26 West, 600 North Street, American Fork, Utah, 84003. Funeral luncheon from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., 1 o'clock p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. At the Church of Jesus Christ, also at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, building on 455 East, 300 North. over in American Fork, Utah, United States of America. 84003. Debbie. Hang on. How to fix my bed. I have to fix my bed a little bit. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Aunt Debbie. I love you and I am going to miss you. The the picture of us as a family and my mom's side of me and my mom's side of the family. The two the two photos that happened in that I posted here onto YouTube as a community post. It was the last family photo before my Aunt Debbie passed. My Aunt Debbie passed. Debbie, I love you, and I'm gonna miss you. Speaking of Lincoln Park, speaking of Lincoln Park, I have a new album coming to my house. It is called Minutes to Midnight. It is the first one with the parental advisory, but there is one without the parental advisory. And the one without the parental advisory, that's the one I bought on CD. And it's gonna be the tour edition. Which is the same as the Japanese tour edition, but removes the live version of Faint from Meteora. And it's gonna be clean. The parental advisory is a copyrighted that would indicate that indicate to you and also warn you that the recording uses explicit content and explicit lyrics, which would contain like a lot of the bad stuff, like violence, sex, pornography. I'm not going to mention that P word. Inappropriate languages, including as in like bad words, a lot of bad words. And frankly, that's not my thing. So I decided to get the one without the parental advisory online. This is the fourth album, third studio album that I'm getting without the parental advisory, having the parental advisory on it. Because the first one I bought was American Idiot. The album here. But I bought this at Walmart. The second one was the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Greatest Hits album because I had the album in my MP3 player, but it was Connor's copy of American Idiot and by Green Day and Greatest Hits by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Both have the parental advisory on it, on them. Mine don't. Because every time I would hear Suck My Kiss on my MP3, it would not be the version I wanted to hear. Because every time I heard Suck My Kiss, I would keep on hearing the F-bomb. So I had to get the clean version. This is the album right here. The third one I got was without the parental advisory label on it, was the Black Parade. I have a photo of the band and the from the Black Parade album. While on set, yeah, it's off screen. They're on set for their album, their music video of the song. song Welcome to the Black Parade. The CD is downstairs. And now I'm gonna get the reason why I have the photo of the band members hung up on my wall while on set it's them on set, like I said, for the music video of the song Welcome to the Black Parade. It's to honor Bob Breyer, who was one of their former drummers. The Black Parade was the only album he ever appeared in, Bob Breyer. He passed away on November 24th of 2024. I was gonna buy the album on December 2nd, 2024, just 2 days after it was Bob Breyer's just 2 days after Bob Breyer's passing was announced. But we had just had the Thanksgiving holiday. Well, here in America. Well, here in the United States. And are now going into the Christmas holiday. So I decided to push that off to the side. And buy a couple Christmas albums. And I was gonna buy it at Walmart, but I was gonna buy the album at Walmart, but not the Black Parade, but it had the parental advisory on it. That meant it wasn't clean. And then now, I'm gonna get Minutes to Midnight clean. So we decided, Mom and I decided to order the clean version online. And now I'm gonna get Minutes to Midnight clean online. I was gonna stream it, but I was gonna stream Minutes to Midnight on neither the Amazon Music app or the excuse me, Tang. I was gonna stream the Amazon Music. I was gonna stream Minutes to Midnight on neither the Amazon Music app or the YouTube Music app on my cell phone, but I saw the parental advisory label on it. The parental advisory label helps parents choose to make a good choices about their music. And the parental advisory one, it's explicit, inappropriate. That was the one I did not want to hear. That is the one I didn't want on CD. Same with American Idiot, The Black Parade, the Red Hot Chili Peppers' greatest album. Because I would have been hearing a lot of the inappropriate stuff. And I didn't want to make a bad choice on that. So I decided to go with the clean version. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Please like the video, share the video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys later. You guys have been warned. Do not pretend to be somebody you're not, because they will find out sooner or later. Truth will always come out, and comes out in the end. My phone is hot.